What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. Guys, if you have not been convinced in the last little while, the bull run has started, that it's among us, and all you have to do is hold your Bitcoin, hold on to your crypto, and just let it go. Then I don't know what to tell you at this point. I can tell you this: hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified of future content. Leave a comment down below. If you think I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me I'm wrong in the comments down below. It doesn't matter. You've been wrong before. Now, if you come over here and have a dose of reality, here's what we're looking at. We've never had a close like this on a weekly candle since the bull run. We've never had a value added situation like this since the bull run. So are we in the bull run? Well, we've never had a fear and greed index. I'm just kidding. We've had a fear and greed index that's had 66 on it. But this doesn't happen in the bear market. People get nervous in the bear market. You don't have $28,000 Bitcoin in the bear market. Are you getting the point? I hope you're getting the point. Now, let's go back and look one more time. This is thanks to Aurelian Ohayon. This is a chart indicating the cycles of Bitcoin, where the capitulation is, when the bull run starts. These are all number right here. This is the capitulation period. Now, for those of you that are not paying attention, that is FTX. That's the collapse of FTX. Now, each time you look at these, you're seeing the same pattern playing itself out. You're seeing the move, the consolidation, the move, the move, the consolidation, the move, the move, the consolidation, and now you're watching the move. We're in the middle of the move. Does this mean that we're not going to see some down days? Does this mean that we're not going to see some down moments? Not at all. We're going to see dips again. In fact, one of the things that's probably very important right now is when we hit 30,000 on this chart, which does not look far away, by the way. We're at 28,083 right now. This big red line up here, as you can see, that's 30,000. When we hit 30,000, and I've been telling you since December that we are going to hit this golden pocket, and it's just going to absolutely get crazy, right? Going all the way back here. We did take a shot at it last year. Never got close, never really got into it. Came back up here, made the test, rejected, came back down, came into it this time. Now we're through this golden pocket. And I told you, once we get into this golden pocket, we're probably just going to bust our way through it, right? And what's happening right here? We're busting our way through it. It's exactly what we're looking at. We're almost at the top of it right now. Top of it going to be right there at the 28.7 sort of area. And then we've got this nice pocket right here. It's going to be a little bit of resistance, but that leads to 30,000. Now, do we bust up to 30,000? Well, if we do bust up to $30,000, then the one thing that you should recognize is that it is only down from there. That's where we're going to go testing, and we're going to start testing some of those lows again. And what kind of lows are we going to expect to see? Well, if history is any indication, then we're going to be looking at probably this $20,000 level on a retest. Maybe, just maybe, because of all of this activity, because of all this recent traffic, so to speak, and all of this trading right in this area, we might have a softer landing at 23,008 into this little range here at 23,000. But generally speaking, we're going to get a $30,000 pop, and then this is the spot where you short. Short it down, let it build, get yourself in a great situation, or at least that's what I'm going to do. And I use MEXC for my trading. If you haven't already, if you don't use MEXC, you can go down in the link below. They are available. Also, if you haven't, BitGet, NordVPN, they're all down here. Crypto.com, down in the description below. Sign up for each one of those. Sign up. That certainly helps this channel. But the important thing is $30,000 into Bitcoin, and we're getting there every single day. When we think it can't go any higher, it goes higher. Every day when we think it can't do more, it does more. Now, here we are on the cusp of a gigantic moment, right? And here's the gigantic moment. This yellow line right here represents the Fed meeting. This is when the FOMC will make its announcement. It's going to be 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday. When that happens, we will have a clear indication of what the new BPS rate is. Now, the Fed has a couple of options. The number one option is to continue rate hikes and do it to 25 BPS, 50 BPS. They could go up to 100 BPS for all we know. But the most likely scenario at this point, looking more and more as the days go on and as we get more and more data, like it is time for a rate pause. We've had failures, massive failures of banking We've had the failure of Silvergate, which did not bankrupt, by the way, just liquidated itself. Then we had the fall of Silicon Valley Bank, one of the largest banks in the United States, and that led to a government bail. Then we got the money printers being turned on. And when the Fed starts printing money, crypto starts pumping. Now, you might say to yourself, well, it's not pumping nearly as much money as it did before, right? And that would be a fair assumption. But here's the problem with that, and the problem with your logic when you're looking at that pump that we got previously, that $5 trillion pump and stimulus that came into the market back in 2020, 2021, that led to a massive bull run. We're only getting 2 trillion this time, slowly being injected into the banks. But China this time is now vested in pumping their economy, and they are pumping money into they're pumping money into their economy. The European Union is starting to pump money into their economy. Reports are coming out right now that the Central European banks are about to make a statement saying that they are going to do the same thing that the United States is doing, that China is doing. Guys, we're going to see a run, the likes of which we may never have seen before, and we may never see again. Now, how does this involve Bitcoin? Well, people are getting nervous right now. People are getting incredibly nervous. People are looking at what's going on in the markets, in the stock markets. They're looking everywhere. When you look at this Dow Jones, you've seen it come back down. Now, you've seen it bounce off the support line, but you see that it has been coming down for about 3 months now. While it's coming down, the crypto market has been creeping up, and this gigantic move that we just saw off of the previous gigantic move, all of these moves are letting people know that, you know what, maybe now is the time to decouple from the banks. It used to be that you were stuck with your bank and they controlled you. They could do whatever they wanted to you and you had no say. But today you have crypto.com. And you can use your crypto.com card anywhere. You have the Volt card. You have a Volti card. You have a Sita card. You have all kinds of different cryptocurrencies coming out with their own Visa and or MasterCard that will allow you to use crypto in order to fund whatever it is that you want to do, to the point that you don't have to have cash. The only time you have to have a cash or a check is just in case you have to pay rent or something along those lines. So you do need a bank account, but you don't need much of a bank account at this point. All you have to do is have a little bit of patience with what you're doing, and crypto will get you where you need to go. As a matter of fact, I believe I use BitPay. I use crypto.com. I'm waiting a few days to see if a couple of these other cards start popping up out of the woodworks. And I am trying as best I may to convert over to being a fully digital, no more bank person, entity, call it what you will. But back to the matter at hand. Right now, we're in the middle of a revive, and it's a bull run, and we're starting and we're pumping. And let me point out over here, this right here, this is where we are. Okay. This is where we are. This is what's about to happen. Now, you can call this whatever you want. You can call this wishful thinking. You can convince yourself, or you can try to convince yourself that we're going back down to 10,000, or you can try to convince yourself that we're going back down to 12,000. But the reality is this: that's not going to happen. We're at the dawn of Bitcoin being accepted as the gold standard in the digital age. And people are taking their money out of the banks and they're storing it in Bitcoin. Now, again, let's point this out one more time because it's very important. At $30,000, that is going to change. Once this 30,000 is hit, people are going to reconsider that. They're going to look at this. They're going to see the amount of money that they made. They'll see the amount of capital that their investment made them, because they do consider it an investment, and they're going to get nervous and they're going to feel confident because the banks are now starting to even themselves out. And look, there's 186 banks in trouble, according to some random banking source, right? There's 186 banks that are in trouble, but the Fed is there to try to help at least the bigs, which is enough for the stock market, which is enough for a lot of people. So if you're in a big bank at $30,000, you're going to be pulling your money out of Bitcoin, and you're probably going to be taking it as profit and putting it back into your bank, maybe 250,000 at a time, FDIC stuff, but that will happen. So at that point, right here at 30,000, this is where I would project that here is what I'm going at 30,000. I'm going to enter a short on Bitcoin. I'm going to enter that short instead of take profit at about 23,000. 20,007, and I don't know the amount of leverage that I'm going to use yet, but it's probably going to be either 10 or 20x, because I do feel like we are going to have a massive capitulation back down here, and this is going to be a life-changing moment. Now, I do not agree that we get way down here anymore. I don't agree with that. I do think that 23,000. Although again, I do hear people calling for 20,000. I don't think it goes there. I think it goes down here to maybe 23,005, 23,008. So I'm going to set my stop loss maybe at 30.5. And then I'm going to have a take profit set up down here at around the 24,000 level, because I do think that that's probably as good as it's going to get. And I'm going to just try to automate the whole process. But let me know what you think, by the way, down in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I am always right. I am just trying to help you guys navigate this crazy, crazy Bitcoin cryptocurrency universe, and hope that we all achieve life-changing wealth. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I think you should do your own research. I'm never going to tell you what to buy. I'm never going to tell you what to do. I'm going to reference it sometimes, because you can't help yourself when you're having a conversation. But when I say that, what I'm really telling you is this is what I'm going. So as long as you follow your own path, if it lines up with mine, that's awesome. If it doesn't line up with mine, that's awesome too, because there's plenty of different ways to make money, longing, shorting, just investing, hodling. It doesn't matter what you do. Just be sure that what you're doing is the right play for you. Thank you very much. And we'll talk to you again very, very soon. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world. I want to be shining like